everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Points of Articulation. My name's Dave, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. Today I'm looking at the Hot Wheels Star Wars Luke Skywalker's Landspeeder. Now, Luke's Landspeeder, also known as the X-34 Landspeeder, was first seen in A New Hope. Now, there were a couple variants seen throughout the series. My favorite is the green version, seen in Episode 1, when Qui-Gon, Padme, and Jar Jar Binks are walking through Mos Espa. Now, I am a huge fan of this design. I love the engines and the long front. As a kid, I had the Micro Machines and the Power of the Force version. Love those toys, so I'm glad Hot Wheels finally made one. Now, this particular model is a little over 3¼ inches long, which is very nice for Hot Wheels. So we do have a lot to go over today. We're going to look at the mold, the paint, check out that stand, compare it to some other ships, and then we'll be done. So let's get moving. Okay, let's kick off this review looking at the mold. Like always, I'll go over the main points of the ship, and then we'll get nice and close to show off all those fine details. First of all, we have our power circuits right here. Windshield, cockpit with 2 seats, Luke Skywalker. In the back, we have our 3 turbine engines. Right here should be the repulsor fuel generator. And over here should be a compartment for cargo, like a glove box type thing, or a trunk. In the front, we have our repulsor vents. Those are the silver spots, and they are done quite well. On the bottom, we have 2 rivets, a connector port for the stand, copyright crap. On the back, more engine components. Very nice. And if you open this up on a 6-inch version, it is like a huge power source, batteries and engine components. Nice stuff. But regardless, a nice looking ship. So now let's get a closer look. Alright, looking up real close, we can see some beautiful line work here. Here's those power circuits, nicely done. For the cockpit, we have our steering wheel right there. Seats with some detail on them. Dashboard. You can see there's like a little stick in there. What looks to be a cup holder. I guess that's a joke. But some nice details. Now on Luke himself, you can see that haircut. And his clothes are nicely done. Pretty sharp. And you can tell it's Luke too. They got his basic features there. Little hands and his pants. Hard to make out, but they are wrinkled and cool looking. Very nice. For the rest of the ship, more line work, some little recesses there. Beautiful. Now for the engines, one of my favorite spots, like a waffle in the front. Pretty cool. In the back, nicely done. I love these sections too. Just beautiful work. I love that dark gray with the red. Fantastic stuff. Now these 2 engines have their cover on. And you can see they're almost identical with that little gray in the front. Looks like a waffle. And this engine's probably one of my favorites. Just look at that. The cover's off just like in the film. And you can see all the little wires and pipes, hoses. That is sick. I think they did a great job with that. Now coming to the side of the vehicle, we can see the 2 little recessed sections. And then right here, the silver part. That's the repulsor vent. There's 2 of them. And I think they did an amazing job there. Well done. Seam line in the front. Again, another repulsor vent. Pretty cool. And then for the bottom, not much is on here. It's basically flat. Where we do have our rivets, connector port for the stand, 2 little recesses, and 3 little raised bumps. All in all, beautiful looking model, if I do say so myself. So that does it for the mold. So now let's take a quick look at the paint. Alright, when it comes to the paint of the Landspeeder, this is probably one of the best painted models Hot Wheels has ever made. Main color is this nice dark tan here, almost a peach color. And that covers the whole ships, the pylons, the engines, the top, everything. Now on top of that, we have a nice maroon color. Very true to the original trilogy's version. And that's on the engine here, on the back of the body, in the front, nothing on the bottom. And I love what they did here. Very clean, no drips or spills anywhere. Very nice. Now on top of that red and peach, we do have a darker gray for all this, I would say damage, dents and whatnot in the front. And that came out pretty good. Now we move on to the dark gray, and that's for the power circuits. A metallic dark gray for the engine here. And speaking of the engines, on the fronts, we have red for those waffle sections. Red on the backs, except for this one, and then metallic dark gray, which is sick. And then we have a gray for the back right here. So it's just loaded with different types of grays and whatnots. And speaking of whatnots, we have metallic silver for these vents right here. That is amazing, very clean, very cool. Now, that brings us almost to the end, where we have the cockpit. So let's get a little zoomed in for that. Alright, getting as close as I can, we can see a dark red for the back and the front here on the dashboard, a dark orange for the seats and center console, gray for the handlebars. For Luke himself, we have like a blonde, I would say it's a dark yellow for his hair, nice skin tone for the hands and head, white for his tunic, I guess we could call it a tunic, right? And then white for his pants. All in all, I think it came out beautiful. Nice little ship here with an excellent paint job. Alright everybody, that does it for the mold and the paint. So now let's put this bad boy in a stand, compare it to some other ships, and then we'll be done. And just like most Hot Wheels ships, it comes with a cool translucent stand. Here we can see the symbol for the Rebellion. Just peg it in like so, hear that click, and you're good to go. And the cool thing about this stand is, it's actually raised up. And I love that. I wish they did that with more ships. Very cool. Alright, for a quick size comparison with Luke's Landspeeder from Hot Wheels, I have it next to the Hot Wheels Han Solo Landspeeder. Another great vehicle. And then on the right, we have the Holy Grail of the Rogue One line. The Imperial Cargo Shuttle, also by Hot Wheels. Some great looking ships here. And now for a bonus size comparison with the Luke Skywalker Landspeeder from Hot Wheels, we have it next to the Black Series 6-inch version. A beautiful ship in my opinion. I like it a lot, some great paint apps, but you could just see the size difference here. Amazing stuff. And that does it today for my review of the Hot Wheels Star Wars Luke Skywalker's Landspeeder. Now, this particular vehicle was first seen in A New Hope, and for its length, it's a little over 3¼ inches long, which is pretty cool. So, like I mentioned, I'm a huge fan of this design, but why do I like the Hot Wheels version? Well, first of all, the detail is amazing. We even have a tiny Luke Skywalker in here. The ship itself, translucent window, everything's there that should be, from the engines, the repulsor vents, and then all the fine details. The open engine on the left-hand side of the vehicle, the cockpit with the double seats and all those little details added in. Beautiful. Paint-wise, I think Hot Wheels did a great job here. One of their better paint jobs. No drips, no smears, nothing. Everything is finely done. Great line work. Now, like always, it comes with a translucent stand, and I love what they did with this one. They did it so that way when you put the ship on, the ship actually leans a little bit upwards. And that is great. It adds a lot of character to the ship itself, and a nice profile on your shelf. Now, if you're looking to buy this ship, I would strongly recommend eBay or Amazon or other internet sellers. I personally could not find this entire wave anywhere in my area. So go on the internet, take your time, shop smart, and save yourself some money. Get it cheap. So I recommend this ship for anybody who's a fan of Luke Skywalker, A New Hope, or the X-34 Landspeeder. It is a great looking ship, and I think will stand out in your collection. So that's everything I have to say about this cool looking ship today. I hope you enjoyed my review. If you did, hit that like button. If you'd like to see new reviews every Thursday, subscribe. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody!